was a massacre. That's very abnormal.
Oh, that's great to hear.
17 people have been killed. This will literally wake up the dead.
One of us is going to die.
My life has become a living hell.
This is awesome. It's alive!
Since I was a young boy, I've been collecting haunted artifacts, drawn to the dark and mysterious energy they carry.
The Manson murders will go down as the crimes of all time.
Through my career as a paranormal investigator, I've been able to build my collection. Now, I'm building a museum.
The Conjure chest is one of the deadliest haunted artifacts in existence.
affected thousands.
I'm providing a place for people to bring their haunted items and hear their stories.
Aid people in the coming into the world. Why can't we aid them in exiting?
These are my deadly possessions. Since opening the museum, more people are coming in from all over the world with items that have been creating chaos in their lives, too dangerous to throw away, so they bring them here for help.
Hello. Hi. How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you?
What's your name?
Eric.
What's going on?
I bought this last rice box at auction. I took it home, and 2 days later, my life has become a living hell with it.
When you got it back home, how did you start connecting two and two together that this item is the source of bad things that started happening in your life?
Everything was fine. I brought this home. 2 days later, I was asleep, middle of the night. I was awoken. I heard something it sounded like something's dragging across the floor.
In your house?
Yes, sir. I went upstairs, looked around, didn't see anything. Nothing was out of the ordinary. Nothing had been moved. I shrugged it off, turned the light off, went back to bed.
Was this upstairs?
Yes, sir.
It was.
It was. Later that night, I heard something that sounded like somebody was talking.
Did it ever climax into something more severe?
A shadow.
Shadow figure?
It was a humanoid type figure. As I came up the stairs, I immediately, just froze me in my tracks. I didn't know what it was. I couldn't explain it.
And all this stuff happened how long after you got this?
2 days.
2 days?
2 days.
Okay. So why are you bringing this here right now?
Because I want to get rid of it. I don't want it in my house. I can't sleep.
Are you okay if we open it right now, just so I can inspect it?
Yes.
Mom, do you want to open it?
Sure.
Nice and slowly.
Oh, it's lovely.
Wow. Holy cow. Do you know any background about this, Mom?
Like you mentioned, it's the last rice box, correct?
That's
Is that what he
what was
said?
explained to me.
Okay.
And
So
What is the
what's in
last
there?
rites?
When someone's dying, they will bring it in, and the priest will come in and they'll put the candles in and at their bedside. It's more like a portable altar coming over to the bedside.
Well, it's intriguing enough that I want to observe it, you know.
I appreciate it.
Okay, transferring it over to us. I think that was a smart thing. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm Trevor Jones. I'm Director of Historical Resources at the Kentucky Historical Society here in Frankfort, Kentucky. This is home of the Conjure chest, allegedly one of the most deadly haunted artifacts in the world. This is a real Kentucky story. These were real Kentuckians. We heard about Zach's museum, and we're interested in taking this chest out to Las Vegas to learn what he can tell us about the paranormal aspects of this story, and maybe provide some answers about this iconic item. Welcome. A chest of drawers. Is this the Conjure chest? This is the Conjure chest. Holy cow. Let me absorb this for a moment. I know a little bit about this chest, so I'm hoping that you can fill me in on the history and why it does have the reputation as being one of the most deadliest objects in the world. I'll tell you the story. There was a slave owner named Jacob Cooley. He had a slave who he commissioned to make this chest between 1830 and 1840 for the occasion of his son's birth. Cooley was a cruel man, and he wasn't happy with the construction of this piece. And he beat the slave to death. And in revenge, the rest of the slaves on his plantation put a curse on the chest so that the family would be forever cursed.
This goes back pre-Civil War,
This is pre-Civil. It's probably made about between 1830 and 1840. Even without a curse, this is a very nice piece of Kentucky.
Without a curse.
Without a curse, this is a very nice piece of Kentucky.
I feel like I'm on Antiques Roadshow.
Kentucky-made furniture.
Kind of an evil version of Antiques Roadshow here. So even though he kills this slave, beats him to death just because he didn't like this, he still displayed the chest in his house?
Yes. The chest stayed in the house, and his son's newborn baby clothes were put inside it, and the son perished.
How long after?
That's unclear from the story, but fairly shortly. It sounds like in the story. Yeah.
So from that death, 17 people have either been killed, seriously injured, because of this chest. Okay. So this chest has been at your museum for how long?
So it was given to us by the family in 1976. It came into
1976.
It came into the museum at that time.
Okay. All right, right now we're going to be bringing out a member of the family. It was her mother that donated the chest to the historical museum. So I felt it was right to cover the chest before she comes out, just because of the curse that this chest carried through her family. So let's bring her out. Don't be afraid, come on in. Please watch your step there.
There we are.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Please sit down. Beverly, we recovered the chest.
Oh, it's there? Oh, God. Okay. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
When is the last time you seen the chest?
I saw it in the mid-70s.
Do you believe that this chest killed members of your family?
Yes. I was always afraid of it. I mean, before I understood exactly what the story was, I was afraid of it as a child because I knew that it was associated with deaths in my family.
So your family told you this as a child?
Yes, my mother. Yeah.
She did?
Yeah.
Why did she keep it next to your room down the hall?
I think her reasons were complex. It's certainly historical. It goes back to sometime in the early 1800s. And someone she loved died in order to take off the Conjure. I don't think she wanted to discard that piece of it.
Because of a loved one sacrificed their life
exactly.
to reverse the curse.
Yes, and also, I don't think she would turn it loose. I mean, imagine putting it out on the curb knowing that someone might put items in it and then die. She felt that it needed to be preserved, but to be kept away from innocent people in a place that would make it very clear that it wasn't to be used. Sally said one of us is going to die.
The Conjure chest is one of the most deadly objects in the world. Beverly Kinsley, a Harvard professor, is giving me intimate details about her family's history with this cursed antique.
This person that lost her life as a sacrifice really to reverse the curse of this chest, did that person participate in the ritual?
Oh yes, she did it. That would be Sally, who worked for the family, and my mother and my aunt. And Sally's holding tight to them as she always did. After 16 victims, my grandmother said, Sally, do you know how to take off a conjure? And she said, why, yes, I do. And so she went through the instructions. The first thing was they needed an owl, but the owl had to be brought by a friend. And then they needed leaves from a willow tree. But again, the willow tree had to have been planted by a friend. There had to be a leaf for every victim. And then they were boiled. And that liquid was poured into a jug. And the jug was planted underneath a flowering tree with the handle pointed to the east, because the east is hope in Christianity, it's resurrection. So they planted the jug, and then Sally said to my grandmother, one of us is going to die when the leaves fall off the flowering lilac.
In October 1946, Sally suddenly died in the Conjure chest, claimed its 17th victim.
What you can't do is put the possession of anyone who's living inside the chest.
So you wouldn't put your jacket in
No.
the chest?
No, I would expect to be dead if I did. I mean, not dead on the spot. But
Usually I'm really freaked out by dolls and stuff. The piece of furniture, like this is taking the cake right now. If you're going to put this in a real historical perspective, whether or not you believe the curse is real or not, this piece comes out of a time when white Kentuckians were very afraid of their slaves because they could rise up against them. You're oppressing these people. So this fear of a voodoo curse or hoodoo curse or whatever you want to call it is a really standard fear that 19th century white Americans have of the power of African American slaves.
As I'm listening to Trevor talk, I can't help thinking that I should put him on the spot and test his own fear of this object. If this chest has truly killed as many people as he and Beverly say, then let's see how he'll react.
Would you take your jacket off, put it in this chest? No. Wouldn't. Nope. This is typically the moment where I ask you permission to perform some type of investigation or experiment on here, but for once, I can't say anything. Knowing the family's testimony for the things that happened, it's just too real. You know, it's just too real.
I was especially, increasingly, shall we say, freaked out when I found the accounts of the deaths of 3 people that match exactly what my grandmother said. And if I could tell you one more thing, there were things that my father said. I can remember this conversation, him talking about my mother saying over the chest, I see them coming out of there.
Their deceased family members?
Yes,
Their spirits?
yes,
Oh, gee.
I know.
So it's as if the curse of the chest has trapped them to the chest.
Yeah,
Do you believe that when Sally, the conjurer, that reversed the curse, when she sacrificed her life, the spirits of your ancestors, your family members, were free?
that's what she wanted to happen.
Do you want to see it?
I'll look at it, but I won't open the drawer myself. Is that okay?
Yeah, let me start with something that I know I will do. That's okay?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, there it is. Ah, yes. Oh my. I remember it well. So what my mother would do would be to turn those handles.
Beverly, don't touch it.
Oh, no, I won't. I'm just going to gesture to the inside. It would discourage anybody from opening it.
Can we get Trevor back? Theodore, can you get Trevor, please? Trevor, neither of us want to open the drawer.
Okay.
Okay, so can you please open the drawer?
As the drawer is opened, the owl feathers that are part of the ritual that killed Sally are visible.
Trevor, if you could please step aside. Beverly, please go have a look.
Oh yeah, that's where it was in the right. This is my mother's writing here. This is, I think, my grandmother's writing.
That would hold up from your mother's letter to us in 1976.
Is that what she said?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you feel looking and reading the writing of your grandmother and mother? And
Well, it's eerie.
do you feel anything with the drawer open?
It's a little creepy.
Do you feel wind?
Wind.
Yeah. Do you feel that coldness?
I do,
It's
yeah.
moving. The air is like,
I do feel cold air. I don't
felt
know.
like wind. Why don't you please close the
Okay.
drawer?
Happy to do so.
Beverly,
Yes.
thank you for coming out here.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have one more question. One more request, if you will. You gave me a detail about all these spirits being seen coming up out of it. Would we be able to do like a mini investigation with the chest? Do some measurements of electromagnetic fields? If you even wanted to be a part of it, I'd like you to be a part of it, if you would like.
I'll have to think about it for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Testing for electromagnetic energy. Whoa. Whoa.
The Conjure chest is responsible for killing several of Beverly's family members and someone very close to the family. Today is the first time she has seen the deadly antique in over 40 years. Due to its horrific history, she's hesitant to participate in an investigation.
All right, Beverly, you decided to participate.
I did.
No hesitation.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
It's not every day that we have the Conjure chest here.
Right.
So we just want to take advantage of this situation and see if there is any energy around it, see if the spirit of Sally is trapped within it, which I really hope she's not, or any spirits of your past family members.
I ask Aaron and Jay to assist with the investigation.
To do this investigation, I think we should open the top drawer up. Jay, you'll open it.
Why not?
Go ahead, Jay. There's a lot of reasons why not. Why don't you open the top drawer and let's begin. Okay. That's good.
Real owl feathers.
Okay, I need a camera over here to see the screen of this.
What's it doing?
We're testing for electromagnetic energy.
High unexplained spikes of electromagnetic energy could indicate the presence of spirits.
On the feathers?
No, over towards this side specifically.
Ooh.
But the readings are normal until I move the device near Beverly.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my goodness.
That's very abnormal.
Oh, well, that's great to hear.
I mean, that shouldn't be doing that.
There's a very high level of electromagnetic energy around Beverly. The device should not be spiking like this. I now ask her to communicate with the spirit to find out if this energy will react.
Beverly, can you ask if there is something here?
Is there a spirit here?
This energy, which we believe is a spirit, is directly responding to Beverly's questions.
Who is it? Eliza?
Say a different name.
Sally?
Really reacted. Say the other one before.
Eliza.
Wow. This is reacting every time you say Eliza. Who's Eliza?
Eliza was my grandmother's grandmother. And there were 6 people whose clothes went in the chest while it was in her possession who died, including herself. She took her own life.
I now move the device over Jay and the readings vanish.
Beverly, look at this. Do you see how around Jay there's no spikes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that?
I do.
Mike, you getting that? That's baseline. Now watch what happens when I go around you.
Well, I hope this doesn't mean that Eliza will be talking
Look at
to
that.
me tonight.
That's pegged.
I will now try to collect visual evidence of this spirit that is interacting with Beverly.
What I'd like to do now is,
Maybe I should get away from it. Ah.
I don't want to invoke fear. I don't want to invoke more fear, but the drawer is open. We have done some things to try to wake it up, if you will. Can you stand near it? And I just want to take some pictures of you by yourself with the full spectrum camera.
Sure.
Jay, come here. Can you maybe read some of the writing that your grandmother and your mother wrote? And we're going to take some photos with the full spectrum.
Owls, feathers, to scare away spirits. So let's hope they're still doing it. This is going to the Kentucky Historical Society at the old Capitol building in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Whoa, what was that?
As Jay rapidly snaps full spectrum photos, I notice
Dude, I got
With
chills.
the round head and the feathers.
It does.
the curse was broken by owl feathers which remain in the top drawer of the chest. Is this anomaly an owl, or are we just matrixing it to be? Could it be a spirit of one of the victims that was giving us strong EMF spikes around Beverly?
Whoa.
What we do have to realize is that we took a succession of several other photos in that same spot, and this anomaly never appeared again.
Why don't we open it up and see what's inside?
I'm not going to open it. You open it.
Why can't you open it, sir?
Don't ask me that question. I'm not going to open it.
A strange man carrying a briefcase shows up at the museum and asks if he can speak with me. I have no idea what this is about.
And the exciting part is I never know. Whoa. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Please put the object on the table and have a seat.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Zach?
Yes.
Robert.
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
So, what's the story with the briefcase?
What I have is I have a little something in the case. Now, the case is not haunted. But what is inside?
Well, why don't we open it up and see what's inside?
I'm not going to open it. You open it.
Why can't you open it, sir?
Don't ask me that question. I'm not going to open it.
Theodore, can you please open the case, please? What's wrong? What's in it?
Picture, sir.
That's it?
That's what's in the picture. Looks like mobsters ready to kill a bunch of people.
Can I see?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Looks like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Matter of fact, it is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Cool. So is there a gun in there or something?
No. Don't worry about
Bullets?
anything else. Just the photo's enough for you right now. And listen to me. Actual photo of what happened back then at the time in Chicago.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, well, you should be, and I'm going to familiarize you a little bit more.
Okay.
Over at the Mob Museum here in Las Vegas, we have a piece of a wall from the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
The actual wall.
What did I stutter? I just said we had a piece of the wall. Not only that, there's bullet holes that are in it from the shooting.
So it's the actual wall.
Are you going to interrupt me? Yeah, the actual wall. And there's also the gun that was used in the crime.
The gun that was
Yes.
used to kill people.
And the only reason I brought this over you today is because there's some paranormal activity going on at the Mob Museum, and I think it has to do with this photo, with that wall at that museum. And I think it's something you need to check out.
Okay. Do we have permission to go
Don't
there?
worry about it. It's taken care of. You just tell them Bobby sent you. It's fine. You go, you see, you will feel what's going on. You check it out for yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, all right.
Thank you. I'm usually scared of objects, but I was terrified of this man. Trying to figure out if he's the real thing or if he's an actor from the Mob Museum. Was this planned?
Even if Bobby is an actor, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was very real. I've always been fascinated with mob history, so I'm excited to investigate one museum to the other.
Wow. What's your name, sir?
Jeff.
Jeff. Is this the original brick wall from the St. Valentine's Day Massacre?
Yes. These are the bricks that were in the wall against which the guys were shot down. These are actual examples of where bullets hit the wall.
How many mobsters got killed?
7.
And wasn't this arranged by Al Capone?
Al Capone was never convicted of it, and neither were any of his men, but historians widely believe that he was behind it.
We investigated Eastern State Penitentiary, and Al Capone was incarcerated there. The guards claimed that Al Capone was haunted by one of the victims that was shot against this wall. It's amazing in our journeys how everything connects together from our investigations. You can just feel the energy around this wall. This is absolutely awesome.
Al Capone controlled most of the bootlegging in Chicago and much of the upper Midwest, getting alcohol and then selling it during Prohibition. But he had this foe, this enemy, this rival named Bugs Moran. Al Capone's gang and Bugs Moran's gang were constantly at each other's throats. They were rivals. They were rivals, and the newspapers called it the Beer Wars. What happened is these guys dressed up as police officers. Who did? The assailants. They came to the scene in a police car, so these guys thought it was a typical shakedown, right? They agreed to line up against the wall so that presumably they could be shaken down for whatever. They whip out the Tommy guns and they blast away. One guy actually survived the massacre for a short time. So when the authorities came to the scene, he can barely talk, he's dying, but he's long enough to say that cops killed them. Because he believed they were cops.
They got away with it.
They got away with it. No one was ever convicted of that crime.
There was a massacre, and all of that is just a memory right now. It's history. But standing right next to us is a brick wall that still has all that energy stored into this wall. Does that gun have anything to do with the massacre?
That Tommy gun is believed to have been owned by Machine Gun Jack McGurn, Al Capone's right-hand man. It was suspected he had masterminded the St. Valentine's Day massacre.
Wait, the guy who owned that gun mastermind this massacre?
That is a leading theory.
Can you take the gun out?
I can take it out and we can set it down on the table and take a look at it.
Really? This is just incredibly awesome.
I can't really hold it very long.
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't want to
Just realized I was standing in the line of fire. Can you imagine that? Zach Bagans.
You see, I'm not an expert.
Gone.
But you can see that this was a brutal weapon. I mean, it was not intended to be a weapon that was accurate. It was mass carnage.
So can I hold it?
You cannot hold it.
I can't.
Unfortunately.
Okay. That's fine. Can I put a glove on and touch it with a finger?
You can touch it with a finger.
Can I touch the trigger?
You can.
You ready? Get this. Zoom in, guys. Zoom in. Ready?
While I'm not allowed to hold Jack McGurn's gun, I am allowed to touch the very trigger where his finger may have sent countless mobsters to their graves.
Can I keep the gun? Or the, no, can I keep the glove?
Sure.
Man, how you been? Haven't seen you for a little while. You're in love with this car. Yeah, I got McLovin wiping it down for you.
Boom! Holy shit. Look at that.
We're at the Mob Museum in Las Vegas learning about the dark history surrounding the actual brick wall that 7 men were shot to death in front of during the St. Valentine's Day massacre. We are told apparitions of the massacre are seen near the wall frequently.
The museum had just closed, so I was walking through to make sure everybody was out and nobody was here. As soon as I continued following him and went around the corner just like he did, he disappeared.
This is the first time anyone has investigated at the Mob Museum, and I'm extremely curious to see if there's any residual negative energy.
Okay, right now we are going to begin our investigation, and I have two different recorders, and these have little microphones on them with suction cups. So I want to put the suction cups on the plexiglass over the wall and over Jack McGurn's gun. Because you have seen apparitions, I want to see if this is just a residual haunting or if there are intelligent spirits here. Place the suction cup on the plexiglass over one of the bullet holes. Aaron, while we do this, take readings with the EMF detector and see if we get any spikes near us. If you rustle any clothing, whispers, or anything like that, say it out loud so we mark the recorder. I'm now going to take the other one and put it right here, right over Jack McGurn's gun. All right, on the count of 3, I want you to hit record. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to alternate. You're going to ask a question, I'm going to ask a question. Jack McGurn, are you here? Are you the man that many people have seen here?
Is any one of the 7 men that died on this wall here with us? Do you have anything to say about what happened?
How's the EMF?
Nothing's happening.
Baseline, I don't feel anything. And while I'm trying to get intelligent responses from spirits, these microphones could be picking up stored information, stored emotions into these items. So we may be getting voices, screams, whatever that we may not be hearing. Did you haunt Al Capone in his jail cell at Eastern State Penitentiary? Are you here now? Was one of these bullet holes the ones that killed you? Can you please come to us in this room if you are a victim of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? Anything that you can do to give us a sign that you hear us and see us.
I'm feeling pretty cold right now, right here.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
On your left side. Aaron, go do EMF on her left shoulder.
It's at a 0.1 and it did jump to a 0.3 real quick.
Did it?
But now it's back to 0.1.
So you had a little spike.
Little spike.
Ask if somebody is there and if they touched you.
Is somebody here? Did you just touch my arm?
Are you angry that your killers were never caught? Jack McGurn, are you here wanting your gun back? All right, let's stop. So can you tell me real quick, what did you feel in that moment that you said your shoulder went cold or something?
Felt like somebody was just patting me on the arm like this and saying like, I'm here.
Really?
But it didn't feel negative. It didn't feel like demonic or negative energy, so.
Well, it's interesting, we did get a spike on the EMF detector in the same exact area. So we'll check the recordings and see if you got a message in that moment as well. So thank you, good job.
Although there didn't appear to be severe paranormal activity here at the Mob Museum, we won't know for sure until we get to analyze our EVP session. While Billy goes through the evidence, I'm taking Aaron to check out something my buddy SJ has been working on.
We're at my friend SJ's body shop, Elite Audio and Customs. All these people are bringing us all these haunted objects. It's time to showcase one of my haunted objects. So right here, I have not seen this object since I bought it about 3 months ago. It's been here at the body shop getting completely redone. It is haunted, and I figured with all these interviews that we have, and we're running around town here in Vegas, meeting other people, further enhancing our interviews. We need an official car.
Ooh.
We need an official car for this show. Something ever happens to me, I want this thing to take me to my funeral.
What?
I'm just saying, it's a clue. You got it? You got it? Come here, follow me. What's up, man?
Zach, what's up, man? How you been? Haven't seen you for a little while. You're gonna love what I did with this car. Yeah, I got McLovin wiping it down for you.
Boom! Holy look at that.
Exactly how you wanted it.
Yes.
Man.
Awesome. Yes, yes, yes.
Do you see other dead people?
This is me.
Got the matte black paint, custom interior.
Damn.
Got the red velvet.
Man, that is sick. When I bought this thing, this dash was completely destroyed. Holes in it, tears. Why is it smoking?
Done.
Why is
Well,
there
we got the
smoke coming
fog
out?
machine coming in there for you. So
You got a fog machine in here. You can't have a deathmobile without the fog.
without the fog, matching the coffin sub box.
Holy this will literally wake
Looking
up
good.
the dead. That is a coffin with speakers in it. I'm gonna hire this thing out. If you or a loved one need a funeral, call me and I will take you and you will ride. We'll put the body on top of the speakers.
Best part is when you pull up and you lay this thing flat.
I hear that.
Okay, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
That is creepy. That is sick.
I'm at my buddy SJ's body shop, picking up the newest piece of my collection, a customized hearse.
Jesus Christ, dude. Dude, that is scared the out of me.
sure.
This thing has hydraulics. It's cool, a hearse that will give you a heart attack. Can I try it?
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's like
Is this supposed to
Disneyland.
do that? Whoa! Yeah!
Make it go up and down.
Whoa! Look at that.
Oh, now,
It's alive! It's alive! It's sick, dude. It's like a possessed car. SJ, you are the man.
Zach, man, thank you again.
You always do me
thank you.
right.
We
He turned
appreciate
this
everything.
1966 Pontiac hearse into a beast. Did McLovin help you?
With our trusted guy McLovin. Without McLovin, we wouldn't have juice for the fog machine, wiped down wheels, and clean glass.
McLovin, there are times that I may need a driver for this. Would you be able to drive me around this, McLovin?
in this car. This is sick.
I love it, SJ. You done a good job. All right, we got to get back to the museum, dude. We got somebody on their way right now. But the most dangerous part about this car is
Zach's behind the wheel.
I'm behind the wheel.
And I'm co-pilot. Watch out, Vegas. Okay. You sure you should be driving this thing? Oh, God. This is awesome. Hit it!
Everybody on the road, watch out, because this car is about to eat your soul.
Aaron and I head back to the museum to meet with Teresa to show her the evidence Billy has found from our mob museum investigation.
All right.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
So Teresa, it's good to see you again.
See you too.
You know, we did some EVP sessions with you. Honestly, I didn't think that we would walk away with anything. I was a bit skeptical of that. But after Billy reviewed the audio, we received EVPs, electronic voice phenomena.
Wow.
This was being picked up by the suction cup microphone, listening beyond that glass. This was absolutely insane. The moment that this was captured, we were being absolutely still. Jack McGurn, are you here wanting your gun back? Billy, I want you to go ahead and play it as it was captured and then explain to us what you did in the enhanced version. Sure. Jack McGurn. So here's what I did to enhance it. I slowed it down so we can hear the enunciation of whatever's being said. All of this is EVP. All of these, different spikes of the waveform is the EVP in question. This is me saying Jack McGurn. Maybe you can understand this sentence and tell us what you think. Yeah, do you hear what is happening to something? Play that again. Okay, help. I'm cutting what is happening to or something. Help.
I just don't know what the word after help is.
Right, help. I hear I gotta help. Help. I'm something. What is happening to?
This is help, I'm injured. What's happening to me?
What if this is help, I'm dying? What is happening to me? When they got shot, your last thoughts, maybe your last breath is help, I'm dying, what is happening to me? Right. Yeah, I hear that.
Okay, yeah,
Do
I
you?
hear that, yeah.
That is creepy. That is sick. This may be one of the thoughts of one of the victims that is stored in that wall. I'm excited for this. This was a great capture. So I would just keep an eye on that area and keep us informed if this spirit manifests himself now that you've heard his voice. Are you okay?
Exciting, yeah.
After reviewing this, I believe this is place memory evidence, meaning the residue of that deadly massacre has stored itself into the bricks, and at the right moment, audio and visual presentations can be heard and even seen. However, because this response also seemed to have answered our questions, it lends to the theory that it could also be an intelligent spirit haunting the museum. I'd love to do a second, more thorough investigation of the mob museum in the near future.